Hi, how's everybody? Today's story is going to be Bradley, Blackie, and the Bear. Blackie is old and tired, yet not too old to love his master, but not too tired to hunt with him. Yet Bradley said, "Hi there, Blackie, let's go find a bear." Blackie was his puppy. He would wag his tail and come running across the farmyard just as he did when he's a young baby puppy. They ever found a bear? That doesn't matter. They never found one. They had a wonderful time just the same walking through the woods together. Blackie chasing rabbits and birds, while Bradley lunged away at his rifle and carrying and going through the woods. Someday Bradley hoped for he would come across a bear and hoping it would triumph over that bear. But bears have been known to roam over the mountains, but none have been seen around there for about 5 years or longer. Bradley's father had warned him about the danger involved in shooting a bear, just in case to meet one someday. But Bradley did not listen to his father. Just like most boys of his age, he walked quiet that he knew everything. And he knew everything about hunting. If I should be so lucky to find a bear, he said to my dad, I would take care of that bear. All I would do is scare it away. Late one afternoon, quite unexpectedly, he had his chance. For several hours, he'd been wandering through the trees, shooting all the sort of targets, while Blackie had dashed all this, there, tree to tree, chasing all the little creatures of the world. Suddenly, Blackie had gone downhill after another jackrabbit. Then all of a sudden, Bradley, looking up, saw a big black object coming off the top of the hill. His eyes and mouth dropped. Am I seeing things? He said to himself. Oh no, that's a bear. Obviously, he moved towards the black, keeping it in sight so he could see it through the trees. That's a bear. He was not certain, but maybe his eyes deceived him. Suddenly, he looked. The black object was rubbing his big neck against a tree. There was no mistake now. It was a bear. He raised his rifle to shoot, but the animal turned away and disappeared in the bushes. Bradley followed it, hoping to find it. He even climbed up and down the hillside looking for that bear. Certainly ahead to catch that bear, he went and kept looking and looking. There it is, on the fast side of that clearing. The father had cut down some trees for firewood there one day. Bradley dashed across the clearing, making good time and catching up with the bear. Some distance beyond the clearing, he pulled himself up short. The bear had not many meters ahead and stopped and started staring at him. What an opportunity. It was a great time to pass up. Bradley raised his rifle, aimed, and pulled the trigger. Bang! He expected the bear to fall dead. Instead, it uttered a deep, angry growl and kept running towards him. Bradley raised his rifle again, pulled the trigger, and nothing happened. Oh no! The gun is empty. Reload! Reload! He couldn't. There wasn't time. He had no more ammunition. He had carelessly shot away all his ammunition that afternoon. Here comes the angry bear, running toward him. Now Bradley was turned to run, and he ran. Only a boy can run so far. Remember the clearing? Bradley thought the old axe had been there. Perhaps he could get that axe. He might be able to defend himself, but glancing back the tree, he was already on him. That bear was on him. There was one last hope. Blackie. He called, Blackie, Blackie. Oh no, there's no Blackie. He did not come. Blackie was fast asleep, tired out with all his chasing rabbits and birds. The old dog had found a comfortable nook, and he fell asleep underneath the tree. Suddenly his old ears caught a strange sound, the sound of a bear making noise, and Bradley ran toward his head, and he heard his big master calling his name, and noticed that he was speaking fear. Blackie, 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 come help me. Blackie got up, stretched himself, and set toward his master. A moment later, he caught sight of the great bear, and 4 or 5 meters behind the boy, forgetting his age, Blackie leaped into the clearing like a streak of lightning, barking for all it was worth. Then all dashed between his master and the bear. The bear lunged at him. Blackie dodged, came up again, barking more furiously than ever. Once more, the bear lunged again. Then old Blackie showed He knew a thing or two about bears. His master never knew. He made it for the bear's tail. And if there's one part of the bear that's more sensitive, it's on its tail. Bears don't like anyone to touch their tails, especially dogs with sharp teeth. One more attack from Blackie. The bear turned and ran all the way up the hill, running fast, fast. Blackie followed from some distance, barking, then turned and came back to his master. Good dog, Blackie. You saved my life. You did. Good old dog. Then Father heard what happened that afternoon. He said some dogs have a lot more sense than some boys. But I can assure you that Bradley was much more wiser than that boy that day, at least about hunting bears. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.